Hi there. My name's Andrew Moore. Currently, I'm working with professionals around the world, helping them with job interviews, and I've helped countless people into positions. But before I did that, I was a writer. In fact, actually, I'm still a writer. So I've written for everyone from all sorts of national, international marketing firms. I've written for plastic surgeons. I've written for real estate executives. I've written for all types of content, optimized content, SEO, on-page optimization, all of that stuff. And I really enjoy writing. But let's get to the topic of how to get past writer's block. Let me show you something right here. So this is my book. You can see I'm talking to you today from Medellin, Colombia, but this is when I lived in Valencia, Spain. Still me. Anyway, this is 4 books under one cover, 250,000 words. Name of the book is Motor Forward Motion. In fact, in this book, I even have a full to correct form screenplay. Okay? This is a story about cutting salmon in Alaska. So I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. So how to get past writer's block? There's really only one way to do it, and that's by actually writing. If you're sitting there thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I've got writer's block, that's wrong. You're going to start to spiral. So what you need to do is go outside, take a long walk, come back to your desk, and just start writing. And okay, it seems overly simplified, Andrew, but it's true. Sit down, do it with pen and paper, actually, right? You know, there's something different about writing by hand. So even though I type, obviously, I still like to do I've got countless notebooks. In my storage back in San Antonio, I've got maybe 30, 40 notebooks. I've got one with me here in Colombia. I've got a mini notebook, right? So the point is that there's a different connection with actually actualizing a pen, okay? Now, if you're a neuroscientist, you could argue this fact, but the point of the matter is, I really don't care. You can start by doodling, right? And then you can start by a sentence if you are typing or write, whatever you choose to do. I have no idea what to say. Okay. Except there are things that I want to say. So I like to say that today is a sunny day and it's beautiful outside and I'm inside making videos for people that are experiencing writer's block. Right? Keep going. Don't stop. Be honest with yourself, right? And start journaling. Once it's like writer's block. I see it, to give you an analogous example, I see writer's block like a dam, right? You've built this dam. Oh, I can't do it. Oh, I can't do it. But once you start to do it, it opens and then it just starts to flow, right? We're trying to get into flow state, okay? So if you're sitting there and you're getting more and more frustrated and the tension is growing, go outside, take a walk, do some push-ups, something like that, right? And then sit your butt back down and just start to do it. And it's okay if it's nonsense, right? Because we are all so hypercritical of ourselves, right? I've got, I'm filming from my phone, but I've got cameras and this works and then that doesn't work. And I'm not even sure this lav mic is working. So I'm yelling at the phone. Hopefully you're catching what I'm trying to say is that you've got to do by doing, right? And eventually it all gets done. If we take a look, this book was written over 20 years. This is a collection. So we go back, we go back to, it starts from early poetry in San Francisco in the 90s, right? But one of the best ways to really, really get your writing chops in gear is to read, right? You've got to be able to read before you can write, because if you like reading, then you can understand styles. And you go, wow, I really like the style of that writer, right? Doing this gives you a voice, right? You have to develop your voice. So then, when you're writing with other people, it's easier for you to copy the voice of existing content. Does that make sense? I hope it does, right? Because once you've developed your own voice, then you can vary it, right? Today I need to speak like this. Today I need to speak like a plastic surgeon. All right. So I'm going to give you, I'm going to explain how to do an eye lift or a Brazilian butt lift, right? It's crazy. Okay. So I do 15 minutes of research, take notes, and then I write the piece. Okay. And if you need any content or on-page optimization or anything like that, let me know. I'm reasonably priced with great reviews. I've done this for a long time. It's something I'm a natural at, right? So if you can sit there and say, well, Andrew, I'm not a natural. Well, anybody can do it. It's like most skills, right? So if you ask successful people, does talent beat persistence? They'll say no, persistence beats talent, right? Because what happens is talented people tend to rest on their laurels. They're, well, I've still got 3 days before the deadline. I can squeeze it all in on the last day, right? Because I'm a talented writer. Yeah, but you're still selling yourself short. You're not producing your best work, okay? But now I'm starting to lean into the judging, right? The judging because I judge myself constantly. So what you need to do is just produce garbage at first, right? It's like my videos. I mean, I know they're not great, but I'm driven by a desire to help people and to build a business for myself and what I've done for years, right? Doesn't that make sense? Right? So I need to go through these points of friction, right? To take creating YouTube videos and writing your first essay, they're very, very similar. And we're all hypercritical of ourselves. So realize that you'll have that feeling, but it's how you speak to yourself. You go, yeah, well, it could be better. So guess what? You can edit it, right? You can edit it. It's not just because you write something down doesn't mean that it exists forever in that form, right? I could come back to these videos and edit it. I don't think I will. I would rather remake the video and expand on the topic and give you more value for the keyword that you searched for, right? Than sitting here and beat myself up about it. Same thing goes for writing. Now, so what's the story behind this book? Well, it's been on Amazon for a long time. I've never promoted it. I'm not promoting it now. I'm giving you an example, right? I wrote this for everybody else. This book is dedicated to Henry Miller, right? So where would I be? See, I said personal copy, right? Not yours. The reason being is I gave away so many copies of this book. It's kind of embarrassing. But let me just read this introduction to you and you can get a little bit of an idea here. For Henry V. Miller, my favorite writer of all time. Your joyous literary inspiration, observable perspectives, and total dedication to the free man, single quotes, has bolstered me in times of self-doubt and lit my way through life's darkest mires that simply had to be traversed. May you be forever read by the ready. That's nice, huh? I think Henry Miller appreciates that. Okay? So, just do it, right? Start with poetry, start with phrases. Just whatever that means to you, it's the act, right? You've gotta break through that dam of resistance to produce. That's the only way it's gonna happen. Okay? Now, I'd like to be able to say that maybe I could give you a better or simpler explanation, but no. This takes work. All of it takes work. So own the process and enjoy it. Okay? Right? Because it's never done. It's never finished. So don't sweat it. Keep building on it, right? Okay? So hopefully that was helpful to all of you burgeoning writers of whatever age you are out there in the world. And to be honest with you, wow. Writing literally, and I mean, when I say literally, no, I mean figuratively. It saved my life, right? Because writing gave me a ballast, right? A ship needs ballast to stay right side up, okay? Writing is my ballast. It helped me make sense of a senseless world, all right? So I highly, highly encourage the effort. All right? From Medellin, Colombia, if you need any help, questions in the comments, hit me up on my website. Happy to work with all sorts of people around the world because that's what I do every day of my life, except on Sundays when I'm making videos. Bye.